What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is the Price to Sell podcast. I'm your host, Matthew Campoli. And today, we're bringing on a young gun in the business, someone I helped get into the industry. We have a funny intro story with each other, and he's young, new to the business, and I feel like this will bring a lot of insight for the young people out there who are also looking to get in the business at a young age. But we have Mr. Arash Hosseini. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for having me, Matt.
Yeah, you're very welcome, man.
Very proud of you too for what you've done, and this is the best podcast in the city.
I love it. Well, it's going to be the best in North America / Canada, so I'm sure for real estate. So 100%. We're putting it out there.
100%.
And I want to thank you. You brought me a really cute gift. If you guys are watching, branded hat.
Hell yeah! To get him a nice little branded hat. I had to get him a gift for everything he's done for me. Matt's been a great mentor right when I got into the business. Sorry. And we have a really funny story actually. Of how we first met. So you wanna
sure. I'll tell. So yeah, he started in the business when he was 19. I met him. How old were you when I met you?
I think I was 18. I was getting close to I would say 18.
Okay, so I'm 7 years older than you.
Yeah. Okay,
so I went to York University, commuter school. I never had the experience of like a college party or university party.
Yeah.
I went home after, I would go home for lunch. So, in my, I like to enjoy and experience things. So there was an opportunity to go and experience a homecoming at Laurier University in Waterloo. And I went there to a friend's house and I met this guy. And he's like, "You do real estate?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I want to get into real estate. Will you mentor me?" Like, just straight up like that. I was like, you just met me, man. You just met me. So, but I said, yeah, no problem. I gave him my card at the time, and then we actually ended up having a great day together. It was a fun experience.
Yeah, definitely.
And he showed me the university kind of lifestyle. Although I was graduated, he showed me kind of that.
The fun side of university. Yeah, like I right after high school, I didn't go to university, so. Even me, it was new to me. And I remember when I met you, one of my good buddies, Surush, you know Surush. Well.
Shout out Surush.
Shout out Surush. He comes up to me. Shout out all
the boys, by the way.
Yeah, big shout out to all the boys, the girls, everyone up at Laurier, because they made this connection happen.
Yes.
But Surush comes up to me and he's like, "There's a guy that does real estate at this party." I'm like, "No fucking way." I'm starting off in real estate. I have no clue what I'm doing. Like, this is when I was still studying, right?
Yeah.
So I go up to Matt, and you being you, funny, sarcastic guy, we got along right away.
Yeah.
Even with all the other guys too, I got close with them. But yeah, you told me, you're like, "I have an open house right after this weekend," because we were there Saturday, Sunday.
Yes.
You're like, "Monday or Tuesday, I have an open house." I was like, "Okay, yeah. Let me just go see how it is." And we kicked it. I went to the open house with you, and that was the first time that I got a good taste of what real estate's like, this and that. So. You've been an amazing mentor to me. You've been a great help to me. I remember I used to bug Matt every single day. I used to call Matt, "Hey Matt, what's this?" The stupidest questions too. It could be the easiest thing that I could go on Google and find out, but I called you instead, and thank you for everything you've done for me.
Yeah, of course, man.
It means a lot.
Thank you for showing me the university.
Yeah, no problem.
I always wanted it.
Yeah.
But so let's get into. So yeah, I took him around. I showed him, I helped him with some. He helped me on some new development sites and stuff like that once he was licensed. But I'm sure there's a lot of. So you started when you were 19.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a challenge.
Yeah.
And to anyone out there who's 18, 19, 20, even 21, looking to get in, like, what were some challenges starting in real estate as a 19-year-old?
Yeah, of course, man. Like I think the biggest thing is when you're 19 years old and you're working in a business where it's people's biggest assets. It's not easy trusting someone at a young age because, they want someone with experience. They want someone that could, handle it, get everything done. So that was definitely, it was hard. The first couple months were tough, but just consistency. Same thing you taught me, be present on social media, make sure everyone knows you're in real estate. So yeah, it was tough. It was tough first getting into the business, but Now we're here, and after 3 years of hard work, I started when I was 19. Now I'm 22, and I can say hard work pays off. So it ended up being good. Tough first year, but now everything's looking good.
What did day one look like for you?
Day one,
do you wake up and like, I'm a real estate agent?
Yeah, you wake up, you're like, oh, fuck, what do I do now? You have your whole day ahead of you. When you first get into the business, there's no excuse of what can I do? Or, every single day you wake up, there's something to do. When you first start, make sure your business cards are done. Make sure, you get your for sale signs done. You're networking good. I think when you first get into the business, you have to make sure every conversation that you have, every new conversation or any past, like anyone that you've met, they know that you're now in real estate. And that is something that's so underrated, but I think it's very important. Every single person, not in a salesperson way, right? Short and sweet. Hey, by the way, it was very nice meeting you, but I just wanted to let you know that I'm in real estate. Anything that you need real estate related, I'd love to help you out.
Yeah.
That's it. Mm-hmm. And that's when you nurture them, right? You start posting on social media.
Rub their back a bit.
Exactly.
Rub their shoulder. Kneecap. Yeah.
Depends on the person, right?
Yeah. Some people don't like kneecaps.
See what they like.
Yeah.
I think that's the most important.
Maybe left upper knuckle.
Left upper knuckle. See, if people that know you, you're the most sarcastic person. When I first met you, I didn't pick up on them because me and you were driving when Matt was mentioning the sales centers. We were doing new construction or pre-construction. Sorry. Me and Matt would just be driving. I'm sure you remember this. You say the most random shit, most random thing. You go, hey, by the way, did you know the door was blue? And I'm just sitting there. I'm like, what the fuck? You know this too. I'm like, what the fuck did this guy just like? What did he just say? But when you do this to other people, it's hilarious. And when you start getting used to the sarcasm, it's hilarious. But yeah,
I pissed a lot of people off my day.
Yeah. Oh, piss people off, made them laugh. I feel like you make a lot of people laugh. So
yeah, you know what? Laughter is healthy. Yeah, so
definitely.
But so you're 19. Your network is likely around the same age, right? Yeah. They're still in school, so it's like most people when they first start. Okay,
yeah.
Most people when they first start, a little
bit of water on me.
They're leveraging their own network. Their close immediate circle, right? So how is the challenge of you look at your closest friends and the people closest to you, and they're still in school. They have loans and stuff.
Yeah.
How do you combat that? Because that's like a huge setback mentally. That can really push someone back. It's like people can use that as an excuse. Like I'm not doing well this year because my friends are young. And people might identify with that.
Yeah.
Right. So how do you beat that? How do you come around that? How do you branch out into let's say older networks or find people that are actually looking to purchase?
100%. So when I first got into the business, I noticed a big, and you told me this too, a lot of my business is going to come from first-time home buyers. So I networked a lot around first-time home buyers. I networked a lot around, something that was really big was those first-time home buyers. You start off with maybe leases or, you get them into a nice condo downtown, whatever it is. But their parents start hearing about it. They go home, they tell their parents about it. Or, you follow their parents on social media. So one big thing for me was, starting out, just being consistent. That was the best advice that you gave me is staying consistent. Make sure that, everything that you're doing is going to pay off one day. So, like when you nurture clients, whether it's a lease, and I always tell my clients this, I treat every client like family because I put myself in their shoes. I'm like, this is their timeline. They got to get this, whatever it is. And yeah, so at first getting into it wasn't easy. It starts off with, a lot of rentals, you do rentals, but it really grows into something really nice. And the cool thing is, you don't really control clientele. Sometimes clientele, you can target something specific, whether it's, pre-construction or whatever it is. But when you start really working hard, you start seeing new how do I say this? For me, I always love being commercial. I love opening businesses for my friends and this and that. So now I'm starting to see it. I have a couple buddies coming, I want to open a barbershop or, I want to open a restaurant, this and that. So consistency, most important thing.
And when you say that, it's like you're kind of you're finding your little niche.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that takes time.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks what should I focus on when I first start?
Yeah.
You gotta try everything. You gotta try everything and see what works for you.
Exactly.
Right? Like, for me, I like putting signs on people's doorknobs. I'm kidding. I don't at all. I hate that. But yeah, I think that's like super important. What you said, the consistency thing is important. And leases, man. Like, people do not neglect leases. Like, I'm 6 years into the business now, but will I still do leases here and there? Yes. You know why? Because a lot of my biggest clients to date, like some of my biggest that have done the most deals with me, purchases, okay, and listings, started from rental.
Yeah.
And like one, for example, I can just pinpoint it right now. It was kind of just tossed on me. Like, I got a call from a buddy, like, Matt, this guy needs help. He doesn't like his realtor. He wants to use you, but he wants to see things today. I was like, holy shit. Like, okay, this guy wants to see like 6 homes, whatever. Help him and his partner. They find a place, and fast forward, this guy's bought like 4 to 5 properties with me. Right.
Yeah.
So, those rental clients could be little gold mines for you.
100%.
So do not neglect them.
Yeah.
And stay in touch with them as well. Super important.
Always.
Don't always check in, because it doesn't matter if they're not a purchase or a listing. Stay in touch.
You never really know.
Give them a phone call. Send them a text. Hey, what up?
Whatever. What's up?
How's your new king size bed?
Yeah.
With, memory foam. How is that?
Yeah.
You got to ask those questions.
Yeah. How's the view from your balcony?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
How is it looking at another building?
Yeah.
So let's fast forward now. Let's say like you're 6 months in. How did you see things start to change? Because I know in the beginning, like, straight up, it was challenging for you.
Yeah.
Right? Your age, just everything. You're at a stage in your life as a 19-year-old where you're still learning, like, who is Arash?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, who am I?
Yeah.
So, like, how was that? You're thrown into a business with people of all ages, some with crazy expertise, which is probably intimidating. So let's say 6 months in, how was like that first year near the end for you?
It was definitely challenging, but the jump from first month to 6 months was, that's slow, right? It's slow for the first couple months, depending on how much work you put in, obviously, and the connections you have. But after the 6 months to a year is really when I started noticing, like, okay, like, this is all paying off. That seed that I planted the first couple months, it's really starting to pay off. So, for me, like, even in real estate, like, this too, you can't do this business part-time. There's no doing this business part-time.
No.
It's so cutthroat, and it's very easy to lose motivation, because the money that you make in this business or the clientele you make in this business is all based on you. It's based on how much work you put in, the countless hours you put in, the sleepless nights, whatever it is, right? But yeah, after the 6 months, I started seeing like my friends' parents reaching out to me. I was asking you a lot too in the first year. I said, what's your best piece of advice for a young agent getting into the business? And
what was it? I'm curious.
You said social media.
Okay.
Yeah.
What a smart guy.
And yeah, look at this. Look at right? Like
that Matt guy.
Matt is a great guy.
What a guy.
Great guy.
I like him.
But yeah, social media is something you told me. I would always say, Matt, should I go do door knocking? Should I go drop off flyers? Should I go do these, like, the tedious things of real estate? He said, no, focus on social media, content creating, making sure every sold you have or every leased you has a nice like social media post to put on your story, to post it. And yeah, I started really getting a nice buzz from people's parents, and yeah, so it turned out being really good.
Then he started the video.
Yeah.
And his videos killed it.
Yeah.
This guy killed it.
my videos, I did this series called the Gen Z Realtor. And I was basically saying, and this is what I tell some clients, at least when I first started, now I don't say it, but I'm a young 22-year-old single man. Like, I have the whole world ahead of me. I work my ass off. All I focus on is real estate day in, day night. And, like, I told them this. I said, listen, the other agents that you guys are talking about are the other agents I'm competing with. Not to sound, I wasn't sounding like mean, or not to say in a bad way, but I told them, I said, these guys have kids. They have to go pick up their kids from soccer practice.
Just leveraging that youth,
yeah, you just got to leverage that. Yeah, that's what the Gen Z Realtor was kind of saying. Like, no matter what the age is, I've made this past 3 years that I've been in it. I like to say I think I've made a lot of progress.
Mm-hmm, you have.
I've met with, the best agents in the business,
Okay.
I made great connections, and I really don't think age matters. I think how hungry you are really matters. I think how you treat clients, because there could be an agent that's in the business for 20 years but doesn't pick up their clients' calls. I'm always there 24/7 around the clock. I'm always there for my clients, and I treat them very, very well. So I think that's what stands out.
Yeah, definitely. And do you feel like you've matured a lot now by being in this business for a 22-year-old?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's definitely like it's a whole mindset thing too.
I definitely I had to mature.
Yeah.
You can't get into real estate and have the same, when you're in high school, you sleep late, you wake up, just to make it on time to school, whatever. But yeah, I really had to change a lot of habits. And look where we are now.
What are some of the biggest habits that have been positive for you in the business?
Well,
that you picked up?
I would say before real estate, time management's one of the biggest things. Making sure that you're on time, making sure when a client asks for something specific, you're on it right away. Mm-hmm. Right. So I would say time management is something that I had to definitely change when I got into the business, and just like the people that you hang out with, the circles that you surround yourself. Your circle is what's the saying with your 5 best friends, or
you're the average of the 5 people you hang out with.
Yeah, exactly. So I would say that was definitely big. I've had the same best friends since I was a kid, but definitely the people you surround yourself with, the connections you make, and I would say that's definitely the biggest part.
And in the past several years, the biggest challenge you faced, what do you think it is? Biggest
challenge is age.
Age?
100%. Yeah, because
what are some examples?
Like, let's just say someone wants to sell their house. They've been in this house for 20 years, mm-hmm. and it's something very sentimental to them. They want to make sure it goes for a good price. A lot of people, they say, "Oh, but you're young. You haven't been in the business for long enough to, list this property," or whatever it is. And you know what? The people that have trusted me, they see the results, right? Mm-hmm. Like any client that has worked with me, I promise you, they could tell you this guy has done just as good as a job as someone like another agent that's been in the business for 25 years.
And how? So what would you say in like that instance? Let's say someone says, you're new in the business, you're young. Why should we trust you?
I would say the best thing is, well, people can see my work. People see like what I produce and what I do. But when people do ask me that, I say, just give me a shot. And and you won't regret it. 100%, you won't regret it.
I mean, that's probably one of the best ways you can go about it.
Yeah, man. You don't want to sell yourself too much.
Yeah,
right.
That's true.
That's a big thing with social media too. Is we're putting in a lot of money, we're putting a lot of effort to build content, this and that, and those are the things that really work. So when someone comes up to me and says, what's the difference between you and this agent? I say, honestly, give me a shot, and I'll show you exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's what I would tell someone.
Yeah, I love it, man.
Yeah.
And then if you had to, certain tools, let's say, so for any new realtors out there just starting, young people, girls, guys, what are some like key tools, must-haves that they should be implementing in their business?
Like best advice that I would give to someone getting in the business?
Yeah, like just like, like a tool, like something to use. Is it, start your database early, stuff like that.
Yeah,
what would it be?
Well, the best piece of advice I have for young agents getting in the business, and a lot of agents, right off the bat, they tell you, go find a good mentor, right? Because it's very important. You're following in the footsteps of someone that's already done it. So that's huge. But one piece of advice that I give to a lot of new agents is build a solid team around you. And when I say team, I don't mean a team of salespeople. I mean a team of tradesmen, right? Mm-hmm. You have, and I think that's the most underrated thing. And I think people, even before they get into the business or right when they get into it, and I've learned this from you too, it's very important to have a mortgage agent, a lawyer, a painter, or let's just say any tradesman, a plumber. If you have those people one call away with great prices, because obviously, you're referring them business, they'll give you good prices. I think that's the most important thing, is to build a solid team around you.
Yeah.
So when I tell people, when you get into the business, obviously do the stuff they tell you all the time. Find a good mentor, be consistent, this and that. But most important thing is find a great team. That's why I always, even in my marketing, I put Arash Hosseini Real Estate, because it's the full package. I do everything for my client. If they want to buy a lot, and the same with you. If someone wants to buy a lot tomorrow and build a custom home, we have the people for it.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is. If someone has a problem with, their electricity or whatever, we have someone for that right away. So best piece of advice is build a solid team around you.
Yeah, I call that the all-star lineup.
All-star lineup. There
The
you
starting lineup.
There
You have that mortgage broker on speed dial, your lawyer and it's all relationships too. Like,
of course.
I have such a good relationship with my lawyers, such a good relationship with my mortgage brokers, the accountants, contractors, builders, developers.
Oh yeah.
Every little tool and piece where a client says, Matt, I want to redo my washrooms. No problem. Call this guy.
Yeah.
And as soon as that client mentions, this came from Arash, this came from Matt, that guy on your starting lineup knows exactly. And he's going to take it by the horns and take care of it for your client. And what is that? A reflection of you.
There you go.
You know?
Yeah.
So just value adds. Yes. Very pivotal point. Very pivotal point.
Yeah.
So now, how long has it been now in total since you've been in?
So it's been 3 years now.
Are you seeing a massive difference?
Yeah. Now this past year, it's been, knock on wood, it's been, the best year for business. And more importantly, I just see a lot of repeat customers. Like you said, remember, like people that did leases the first couple months are buying properties now. Yeah. I have a funny story, actually. People tell you, oh, you're getting old. You're getting too old for video games. Because I play video games with the buddies sometimes here and there growing up. One of my good friends that I met through PlayStation, this is through friends, right? They were friends with my friends. He ended up buying a condo 2 weeks ago, right around the corner from here. So I just making connections with every single person you meet is so important. And it's such a funny story I tell people now. I'm like, you can't tell me I can't play video games anymore because I got a client from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was a cool story that I had. Sorry, what was your question?
No, that works.
That works?
That works. And I like that to touch on that. Just generally speaking, like some people overthink like where can I find clients? Yeah. Literally anywhere. Anywhere. You just got to be conscious and always kind of subtly bring up, and don't oversell it, but subtly bring up that you're a realtor, It's like that push-pull thing.
It is.
Everyone makes fun of me for this, okay? But you know how much business I've done in the sauna?
What do you mean?
See, why are you laughing?
I'm not laughing.
You're laughing at me, aren't you?
No, I'm not laughing.
Are you making fun of me?
I'm just laughing at the way you said it.
Are you making fun of me?
No.
Because I'm in there with a bunch of dudes when we're naked, with towels on? Okay, so yeah, I would just, pre-COVID, I had a steady routine at my gym, and I met the biggest like powerhouses, guys who are actually real estate investors, builders, so many cool different people in the sauna, because you're in there, you're relaxing, and conversation just gets brought up. Yeah. And you just put it out there, like, what do you do? Oh, I'm a real estate. You just leave it at that, Yeah. Then next time you see him again, oh, so you're real estate, right? What do you think of this? What do you think of the market? What do you think of this? Yeah. Slowly start to build that trust up. And then bang, then so many deals out of the sauna. Obviously I changed and the close after. Yeah. But
I got to go to the sauna then. I haven't been to the sauna
enough. Find what works for you. But I mean, you're playing a video game. It's like, okay, just toss it out there. Plant seeds, see what happens.
Yeah, 100%. Right? It's funny because when we even go to like Waterloo, or when we go up to the universities, obviously all the guys are graduated now, so there's no more fun like that. But it's funny, those guys, like, they would come up to me. It's like, oh my God, it's my realtor. They're joking about it, right? But they go, all right, they're just screaming across the room. They're going, Arash, sell me a house. It's funny to them, and I find it really funny too. But it really makes you realize, like, it's cool. Just from that one friend sharing their story, and he has a bunch of mutual friends, or he has a whole other friend group. They know now that I'm in real estate. So when they follow me and I start posting, and let's say in a year or 5 years, whenever it is, when it comes time to purchasing a property, they're this guy's a nice guy. Yeah. And he's killing it too. From what it looks like, he's killing it. So I think it's crazy, whether it's a sauna, whether it's video games, whatever it is, you can make deals anywhere. Yes. When we walk out of this building right now, there could be someone there that we can make a connection with.
Let's do that. Let's just find someone on the street. We could. But we won't be too creepy though. Sometimes I come off as creepy.
You know what we should do?
What?
Let's go to the sauna right now.
You down?
Yeah, let's rip a sauna.
It's kind of weird that you said that.
Sorry. Yeah, but if you want.
But all those guys saying, you're my realtor, sell me your house. Yeah. They're all gonna use you when they're ready. Yeah. And the good thing about being youthful, you got to take advantage of having such a large circle of friends. Yeah. Because as you get older, it does dwindle down, and you do lose touch. and everyone gets really busy in their own lives and careers, and then the girlfriends and fiancés, then wives, and a dog, right? And then kids, and then everyone's gone. So it's like really, if you're young out there, like really nurture and take advantage of like that large circle that you constantly have the pleasure and opportunity to be around,
100%.
I think that's massive.
I think that's definitely one of the most underrated things, and you know it, I know it. Anyone, literally anyone can bring you business, whether it's their cousin, their grandma, their friend, their neighbor. Treat everyone like family, treat everyone good. And there's no secret in real estate. There really isn't. You make good connections. Those guys can bring you great business. There is small things, that, me and you talk about on the side, that those are the secrets. But the best advice I can give to people is just be consistent. You can't do this full time. You have to do it you can't do this part time. You have to do it full time. And it might take a year, might take a couple years, but it'll pay off. There's no secret to it, just hard work.
And for the record, for me, it was year 3. That's when it really kicked off for me.
3, yeah.
So keep plugging away. Don't give up.
This is year 3 now. So
don't give up.
Yeah, let's see how it goes.
So what is next for you, my friend?
One thing that I've been focusing a lot on, and I was speaking about it before too, is I really like being a part of people opening their own business. Restaurants, barbershops. That's something big that I've been focusing on this year. But going forward, something that I really want to get into, and something that I have gotten into right now, is new construction. Custom homes, cool stuff like that. So sorry, am I boring you right now?
No, I just had you on.
It's okay.
Too much sauna.
Oh man, so many saunas. I'm kidding. But yeah, so custom homes is something I really want to get into, and all of my marketing and everything I do now, I say buy, sell, build, invest.
Cool.
Yeah. And when I first put it on the sign, I had the connections, I knew the builders, this and that, but when you put it out there, you start noticing, it comes back to you. Someone, like recently, they came up to me, they said, find me a great lot with this, and this. And my dad wants to build a custom home on it. So that's something I'm very excited for. And so this year, something I really want to focus on is custom homes.
Cool, man. Cool. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, he found his passion.
I found my passion.
There it is.
Yeah.
But it does take time.
It does.
It does take time.
It's funny because the thing that got me into real estate from, I would say, my whole life, all the way until grade 12, I had the typical soccer story. I was trying to make it professional. It was a big passion of mine, and career-ending injury. I had to think of plan B. Didn't have a plan B, but I remember in high school when we were doing our co-ops. I was looking on the computer. I was trying to search for different things. Everyone knew they wanted to go do co-op with an accountant, a lawyer, whatever it was. When it came down to it, I was like, fuck, what am I going to do? What? I don't like any of these things. But one thing that really stood out to me was architecture. And I went and did 1 year for co-op in architecture. And that's ultimately what led me to getting into real estate right after high school. So yeah, it's cool, but I love real estate. And I know you love real estate. It's a great job. It's a great business for anyone getting into the business. And yeah, it's cutthroat. It's hard. It's not easy, but what in life is easy? It's definitely those businesses that if you do good in it, you're set.
Yeah, you get what you put in.
Good to go. Exactly.
I love it. Maybe real estate's a stepping stone for you. Maybe you get into building custom homes yourself.
Maybe. Yeah.
Right?
That's definitely what I want to branch off into. Just starting off, maybe you can start with the first home, second home, but yeah, eventually that's what I want to get into for sure.
You got a whole life ahead of you, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
So, for all of your new fans out there, where can they find you?
They can find me on Instagram. They can find me on any social media, LinkedIn, Twitter, anywhere. But they can, I don't know.
What's your at?
What's my at?
Yeah.
My at is Arash Hosseini.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
We're going to throw it in the links.
Yeah, you guys can throw
in
it
the bios.
In there. In some of the social medias, there might be that one little underscore or whatever, but we'll throw it up
Give
there.
us the whole link. Give us the whole link tree, my
give
friend.
You the whole link tree, but
we'll throw it out there.
You guys can find me anywhere. You can find me at Matt's house.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Find him in the sauna. Starting tomorrow.
Tomorrow you can find me in the sauna. I'm going to be ripping sauna sessions every day now because you told me.
I call it the wormhole success, that place.
But yeah, you guys can find me all over social media, and you can text Matt and say, hey, I want to work with with you and Matt right now, so you can
Done.
find me through anyone. No, I'm kidding.
Done.
But yeah, all social medias.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming.
No problem, brother.
It's been awesome. I hope a lot of you young ones out there and new agents, like even if you're not young, even if you're just new, like a lot of takeaways here.
Yeah.
If you are maybe being a little too hard on yourself and have a lot of self-doubt about getting into the business, just takes consistency. You know what I mean? If this man here can do it at 19 years old and flourish, any of you can. So thank you again for tuning in. You guys are amazing. This is the Price to Sell podcast, and we will see you on the next one. Peace.